Welcome back to the WordCamp LAX live show. I am Joey Dowd, your live show host and wrangler. We are in the final stretch of WordCamp LAX. Thanks to Ali for your talk on diversity and Glenn for your talk on SEO and accessibility. As always, head over to the Zoom room for the hallway to chat with the presenters and attendees, as well as head over to our Slack. So we have a familiar face returning. Hey, Christiana.
Hello again.
Welcome back, our lead organizer. How's it going?
I believe I am really tired, also very pleased because today is going super smooth. Yesterday was mostly smooth, but we had more bugs. Today we had very few bugs and issues, so it's been super smooth. And my organizing team is very competent at getting stuff done. So it's pretty rare that I have to get involved in fixing something because everyone's so good at what they do.
Yeah, I'll
really
jump in
nice.
on the Slack, and then I'll sometimes see that there was an issue, and then it was resolved. I was like, oh, okay. Like, everyone figured it out.
Yep. Sometimes I'll just message them and be like, let me know how you fixed this. Let me know if you need me, but they're totally fine. So
Yeah. So I've been in a live streaming bubble, so I don't really know what's happening aside from Twitter. What's happening in the camp? I heard the hallway track's been pretty busy, or the hallway Zoom room.
yes. So I will admit that we had a lack of publicity about the hallway track and other stuff. Like, I think it's just, I don't know. I was in this mindset of like, got to figure out a bunch of technical stuff this week, because we didn't get trained on some of it until Tuesday. And so after that, we had to write guides and get used to it and all this stuff. So we didn't publicize the hallway track or a lot of the cool features on Friday before the camp. So people figured them out sort of like haphazardly on Saturday. So then early this morning, I wrote an email to everybody who's registered because we have about 600 people registered. And then that doesn't include a bunch of people who aren't registered, but they're just watching for funsies. So I said, look, if you're registered, you are welcome to be in our Slack chat for our event. And that's a really big bonus because we've got like a jobs board in there and like legit companies are posting very good jobs, right? So that's nice. Yeah. But also we started a networking channel so that you can explicitly promote yourself or what you do, your company, which we didn't have yesterday because we were worried mostly about like people spamming us with ads. But we figured out a way to do it today so that it would be, I don't know, refined and nice. And people have been really good about that. So I wrote a very careful email this morning to all our registered attendees. And I was like, if you join Slack, you have access to this, like the jobs board and the networking. And then also the hallway isn't just for like going in after the speakers are done talking. You're welcome to hang out in there and watch the show with other human beings around. Like you're welcome to stay put, it's an all day thing. And I don't think people realize that before. And then also today, we also taught everybody a cool hack to mute the audio in Zoom when you're in a Zoom room with everybody else, but you're watching a live stream through YouTube, which is how this is being streamed. And so we taught them the audio hack to mute Zoom. So now more people are in there watching, but being present in the hallway, which before people can figure out how to do. So we have a much more busy hallway. And I think everybody in the cast and crew are like way more relaxed because yesterday was pretty stressful in the morning, figuring out all the stuff. And then the sort of like, it got better. And then today's been really smooth. So we can all just hang out together in the hallway and we can all post who we are in the networking channel and look at the jobs board. And that's really nice because those are the benefits of going to a conference. So it's like, the human interaction and also the ability to switch companies or make more money or partner and all that. That's really nice.
Yeah, and it also kind of pegs this to like a time and place and sort of makes it, the reason for watching it now and being participating during the weekend now makes that more relevant because, the talks are great, but like they're going to be available to watch later on and, you can stream them later on, but you're not going to be able to as easily talk to the speaker or connect with everyone else that was watching it or kind of have that same vibe around when the talk is presented live and when everyone else is kind of
Hmm.
in that mindset and like together virtually, um, in the variety of ways that we have. I mean, yeah, we were also trying to figure out too what the best way was to accommodate the virtual hallway track and the more kind of
The
um,
random
the
chatter,
random,
right?
right?
Because we
We
were like,
waited from
how?
like 1 to 3. We had like one between 1 to 3 different Zoom rooms, and we were like, we're not quite sure how many we should have.
Yeah, that was it was but you were the one who was like, let's make an event Slack. Is it too late? And I was like, no, it's not too late. That solves so many issues. Oh my
It
goodness,
does
we
because
should
you can
totally
have.
do
I
that.
mean, Zoom's great, but you can only really have one conversation at a time. So,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
it's not very good for one-on-one. It's not very good if you want to have side chats or random chats or like try
And
to
you
have
have
a
to pay,
conversation.
especially if you have like a jumbo Zoom like us, you have to pay per user so they can all be co-hosts so that in case like a spammer comes in, everybody has the ability to kick that person out. Because we have so many volunteers and the volunteers rotate in with their speakers and then the speaker and the volunteer come in
Mm-hmm.
together into the hallway at the top of the hour. And by the end of the hour, they're gone. And so then it's like a new co-host for the next hour. And that's like every person that comes in who we want to co-host, we have to pay per person. And that's just, and it's not super a lot, but it just adds up. And so yesterday we were talking and someone was like, maybe we should have two hallways. And I was like, no, that's just too much money. Like we, and also, but it's really nice to have the hallway where now starting in the morning, this morning, I would go in at the top of the hour when the speaker would come in, like both speakers come in with both volunteers and both audiences. And I would say, all right. So, just so we're aware, the volunteers are not going to be emceeing anymore. It's going to be the speaker just talking directly to the audience, and we're going to share the road by going back and forth. And once I made that super clear, things were
Mm.
they were pretty smooth yesterday and they were fun, but they were better today because I could come in and like be like, hello, I'm giving a top down rule. Like,
Yeah, I
share
think
the
you're
road.
kind of like you're like setting the lanes. It's like, okay, this is how the conversation's
Hmm.
gonna go, and
Yeah, like
these are your
you
lanes.
here
Stay in your
and
lane.
here
Right.
go, and then I would just leave and let people do it. But it went really well, and that's like really great because people can interact face to face, but they weren't necessarily in the same talk because there's two different talks that pour into the same hallway, which is super cool. So the first
Hmm.
talks of the day, we had two European speakers because we scheduled them early because of the time difference. So we had Pablo from Frontity. He's one of the co-founders, and then we had Miriek. I don't know how to say her name. I feel a little bit dumb right
Mariki or
now. I just talked to her
Mariki.
for like half an hour today, but
I catch the opening and
she.
she had her name pronunciation, but I know I pronounced it on the show and I
Oh,
think I pronounced it wrong after hearing her pronounce her name afterwards. So
I think I did. I also did that. Same thing with the Polish speaker. I could not pronounce all the letters of his name either, and I actually learned it, but then I think I was just too brain dead to like remember it anyway. So she was awesome. She's the CEO of Yoast, which is a huge WordPress company, and Frontity is like also a really great company. And so we have these two European heads of these European companies, these global companies, on at the same time. So when they poured into the hallway, we first talked about what they had been talking about. Like we talked about their talks, and then it turned into like their lives in the Netherlands and Spain. And we started talking about trucks and freeways and wineries and like everyday life and how the people at Yoast bike to work and things like that. And it was super interesting. And it was just like really, that's like a real hallway of like a real
it's like
conference as you just
WordPress
get together.
Utopia.
Yeah, like we should all just bike to work or work from home, either way.
And go play on WordPress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that was really nice.
yeah, that's very cool. What was the hack for muting the Zoom room without muting your computer? Because Zoom doesn't have an easy way to do that. To
Oh,
mute a
that's
Zoom room
totally
without.
60 seconds trick of the trade, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, I should totally post that and I'll post that on Twitter, but I'll tell you now anyway. So what you do is you go to the little, like, let me see if I can see. Yes, you go into the little lime green shield with a little check mark inside that's in the corner top
Hmm.
left of your screen. Then you click on that and there's going to be a settings gear icon, just like you'd see anywhere else. You click on the settings gear icon, you click the audio option, and then you pick a speaker that doesn't work or isn't plugged in or is turned off.
Well, couldn't you just do that on the bottom with the little arrow next to sound and click it, do the same thing?
Uh, I think you mean just for mute?
No, the little button, if you need to switch your mic source, you need to switch your audio source. Maybe I'm telling you about another trick, but like on the bottom next to the video button and the sound button, there's like little arrows, and if you click the little arrows, that's how you can switch your
Oh, you're
webcam.
right. I've only ever found it in the little green shield, but it goes the same place. So it's the same
Okay.
exact, it goes to the same location. I just found it. Mine's a little bit slower. Yours is better. I could repost it. I posted it all over, so I'll just repost it.
I was trying to
Yeah, so you
follow
go,
the text version of yours, and then, okay, so now I realize it's the same, because that's what I do. I have
it
like a
goes the
million
same.
virtual speakers, but I realize that I have software that is like probably a lot of people don't have just because they're like, it's software called Loopback, and it's, if you ever wanted to like merge different audio sources, like put music on your microphone track or something for like background noise, Loopback's a cool app where you can create like virtual speakers and stuff. So I have these like virtual speakers on my computer all the time that don't go anywhere because I don't have them on. So I'll just like throw Zoom to one of those. So that sounds like the same
Oh, that's
thing.
really smart. Because I happen to have a speaker that's not plugged in or something or doesn't work as well. And so I just like switched it to one of the attendees taught this to us. He's like, just change your audio settings, go to the
Yeah, I was
little
just trying to think
shields
what
and
would happen if you only have one speaker source. Like how would
oh,
you?
people haven't been able to do it. So they've been using like two devices, like one for the hallway and then one to watch. But for
Okay.
those of us who can, it's been great. So now we're all just hanging out and muting ourselves when we're watching. And then when the talk's done, we can all just like pop up again and be like, "Hello, I'm alive. Who are you and how are you?" And it's really nice.
Yeah, that's cool. It's kind of nice sometimes to just have like that grid of people where you're like, okay, I'm not alone right now. We're watching it
Yeah,
together.
because everybody's in their rooms and offices
Yes.
and we're all isolated. So it's just, you know.
Cool. All right, let's talk about the next talks we got coming up. On track one, which is now beginner themed, we have the
Yay.
basics of hosting with Cal Evans. And on track two, which is e-commerce themed, we have Woo Coffee and Beignets, the story of the Café du Monde redesign, which now makes me really want beignets and coffee. Well, I always want
Someday we
coffee.
should all get beignets when we can all see each other in person.
We should in New Orleans.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks, Christiana, and thank you, everyone. We will see you back here for the next show at 3 o'clock. Final stretch. Bye.
Bye.